Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Get Sheared podcast, home of people, politics, and popular culture. I'm your host, Austin Creed. I want to welcome you to the show. So, my friends, I really want to have a discussion that I know a lot of people are probably going to take the wrong way. And you know what? I'm totally okay with that. This is going to be a show that's probably more for educational purposes only. I want this to be something that you debate with yourself. I want to play devil's advocate for a second. You might say that that's what I normally do in general. And to be honest, you wouldn't be totally wrong with saying that, but I don't see it that way. I see it more as I provide the truth that I hopefully makes your life better. Because personally, I hated the truth when I first started hearing it, as most people probably do. I said, no, this can't be true. I don't like it, so therefore it can't be true. It's not what I've been told, so therefore I can't believe it to be true. It's not what, polite society would say, so therefore it has to be hyperbole, it has to be hype, it has to be fake, it can't be real. Well, my friends, another unfortunate reality that I really hate to be the one to tell you is, in my estimation, again, this is the opinion of one man. I believe marriage to be a form of legal prostitution provided by Uncle Sam. Now, I know immediately when you hear that, you're probably going to A, dismiss it, or B, you're going to rebut it. I get that, totally get that, but you're probably also asking, well, Austin, why would you say that? That's stupid. Why would you say a thing like that? Well, the reason I would say that is because I want you to take your emotion, put it aside, put your emotion to the side, and let's have a logical discussion. Let's check the emotional baggage at the door, and let's have a discussion, okay? What would you define as prostitution? Let's start right there, because normally it is paying for sex, right? We agree on that? We paying for sex, right? We agree on that as a definition? Okay, good. So we agree on that. So therefore, if you are married, are you not paying for marital relations? You might say no. I'd say, okay, well then stop paying the bills, stop paying the mortgage, stop paying for all her crap, and then see how much sex you get. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying this to badmouth marriage, because frankly, I think that if marriage works the way it was actually intended to work, meaning the government's not involved, meaning it's a sanction of the church, meaning it's not a legal contract, it is a spiritual bond between man and woman, then I'd have no issue with it at all. In fact, back in the day, you might say marriage was oppressive. I would say if that's the case, then nothing has changed at all, because it went from being oppressive towards women, potentially, to being oppressive towards men. But my friends, why, if marriage was so oppressive in the traditional fashion, why is it that I hear a lot of women asking for that tradition back after their mothers, grandmothers, maybe even them, were the ones who advocated against marriage, saying that, hey, ho, Western civ has got to go. Marriage is oppression. Basically saying what Marx and Engels wrote in the Communist Manifesto, saying that the women was the proletariat and the man was the bourgeoisie. In other words, the man was the oppressor towards the women and her children. That's what Marx and Engels said. How many of you hear that on social media today? How many of you have heard that before, that the man is the abuser, she was in an abusive relationship? Next time you hear a woman say she was in an abusive relationship, I want you to ask her who the abuser was. Oh, I know that when she says that, she's implying that it was the man who was abusive, but she doesn't actually deliberately say that. So then if you infer that it was the man, she never actually said that. So in her mind, she never actually lied to you. She was just being disingenuous. But again, this is what I'm talking about. This is why marriage, in my mind, is this a legalized form of prostitution, because you're paying for the sex. You're paying for the intimacy. That's why I find it laughable that women say they give men children. No, I give you children. You're the one who bleeds every month like a stuffed pig if I don't give you my seed. My seed's the one that gives life to that empty tomb you call a womb. I don't want to hear jack about anything else. Now I realize, Austin, you're being really mean to these women, man. This ain't right, man. How dare you be like this? This is not good gentleman conduct. That's me impersonating the haters, the beta male cucks who are listening to the show and want to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, or they're not even going to say that. They're going to say, no, Austin, it's the way you're saying it. The way you're saying it's very hostile. And I think it's in bad faith. And truly, I think that you're very hateful. I think you've been hurt. I think you need therapy. I think you need this. And I think I'm waving my finger, by the way, too, because I know that that's something they would do. They try to lecture me like I'm back in my college dorm room or my college classroom. Let me explain something to people. I know what therapy is, okay? I have been in a mental hospital. No, I know immediately when you hear that, oh, he's crazy. Say what you want. Say what you want. I've heard it before. I can hear it again. But my friends, look, I don't take medication. I learned the most important skill in the human arsenal: survival. I learned what you need to do to take care of yourself. My friends, if you're a man listening to the show, you have been set up from the beginning of your existence to be a utility, like a maple tree, to be tapped for the maple syrup. That is who you are in the eyes of the government. That is who you are in the minds of women. That is who you are in the minds of anybody who's going to line themselves up to exploit you. No, I'm not saying you look at them leery-eyed and hate them. No, I'm saying that is how it works. Now, do I like it? No. Do I wish it was different? Yes. Does that change the fact that it's true? No. My friends, you need to realize what marriage is. We've been conditioned to think that, there are these mean statistics out there by these mean, hurt guys. And if you just pick the right woman, then you won't ever have to pay for sex again. You just invest in her, and she'll just open up like a big, beautiful flower, and everything will be great. Well, I wish I could tell you that was true, but it's not. It's not true. Gentlemen, I get it. I can understand that from your perspective, I might sound bitter, hurt, angry. I get that. Hell, I used to hear people talk like this about topics such as this, not this exact topic, but similar topics. And I used to think the same thing. And I thought that so fervently that I actually thought, no, I'm going to prove them wrong. They don't know what they're talking about. I'm different. They're just hurt. And it turns out they were right the whole time. So, take it from somebody who actively thought the whole thing was a bunch of garbage and now has come to see things for how they actually are. Last night I was enjoying some, I actually haven't watched a lot of the new Star Wars content on Disney. I stopped watching it a while ago because a lot of it's complete garbage now. But I was watching this, I think it's called like The Tales of the Jedi or something like that. I was watching that last night, and two of the farmers were in the show were talking about the Imperial Empire, and they were discussing how, the government, the empire is oppressing people, and I don't want a government that oppresses people. Schmuck, how do you think the government works? The government has never been full of nice people who want to help you. The government is full of gangsters. There's an old Russian saying that I heard a long time ago that I really think fits this description nicely. It says, small-time criminals go to jail. Big-time criminals run the government. Now, I know that's cynical. I understand that. But let me ask you something. Do you think that the people in power are in power because they're nice people? So many people consume too much TV, too many movies, and they think that the government should be run by some wise old king type figure who's beloved by all his people, and the people adore him, and he's benevolent, and he's nice, and even though he has all the power and wealth in the world, he's very nice and kind and considerate and whatnot. That doesn't happen. How do you think people have power in the first place? They get it by stepping on people's toes and arches, and they consolidate all the power and the money, and then they step on anybody's neck who gets too close to them or gets in their way. What are you nuts? You don't see how this actually works? Again, this is why I say that marriage is a legalized form of prostitution. Just in the same way that there are drugs that are illegal versus there are drugs like nicotine and alcohol and in some states cannabis that is legal, there are other drugs that are not legal. Why? Because the government has not figured out a way to tax it yet. That's why the government wants you to get married. It's more tax money for them. It's more taxpayers produced for them. They like marriage. They like the modern day marriage that's run by the state, where basically Uncle Sam is the pimp for the women. If you think I'm wrong, I would like you to answer one question. One simple question, Mr. Disagreeer, Mr. Dissenter. Why is it that if the women walk away, you gotta pay? Why is it if the women walk from the relationship, or even if you want to get the hell out of there because she's driving you nuts and she's reneging on every deal she made and every vow she took, that you're the one that has to pay the exit fee? You're the one that has to front the cash, front the houses, front the child support, front the alimony, and all this. Why is it that then when Uncle Sam, the pimp, walks through that door, he's demanding you pay money? What's the difference between that and getting a hooker on the street? Or an Instagram thought to pull up to the crib and paying off her student loan debt? How is that any different? I would love to hear how that's any different. The only difference there is your perception of it. That's it. That's the only difference. Because guess what? You are still paying. Money is still leaving your account. So tell me how it's different. It's the only way you can make that argument is on a morality. And morality stems from what people consider to be justice. And justice is just the current rules of the current power base. That is all it is. Justice is merely the means of conduct from the current power base. But yet, you don't realize what I'm talking about. I hope you do. I hope I'm not giving you enough credit. Truly, I hope that. The problem is, you know what? Maybe this discussion was a little premature. Maybe people aren't ready to hear this. You know, I understand that a lot of people might have certain opinions about me. I get it. But I'm actually headed back to school this coming week. And I'm back into the fray and everything. And I'll be honest with you. People are pressuring me to do things in my life. I don't talk like this normally with people that I know in real life. Why? Because they look at me like I'm crazy. But they never come at me with an actual logical argument to refute what I say. All they do is gaslight me and say like, where are you meeting those people? That's not me. What are you talking about? You must be dating the wrong women, Austin. What are you talking about? You don't know. You're hurt. You haven't met the right person. Just find the right person. As if everybody gets with somebody and thinks they're the wrong person. Nobody gets with someone and says, oh, I know this person's the wrong person, but I'm still going to do it anyways. Nobody does that. Everybody gets with someone saying they're the right person. So what the hell is up with this argument of, oh, just get with the right person and you'll avoid all the bullshit? Yeah, I think everybody enters a relationship thinking that they made the right choice and found the right person, but statistically speaking, the women filed for divorce like 8 out of 10 times, and the divorce rate is like 60 to 70%. by normie statistics alone, and yet you want to sit here and tell me that investing in a woman's a good idea? When at any point she can just walk away from the transaction and Uncle Sam shows up like a pimp with his strong pimp hand ready, about to run you for your pockets? I mean, what the hell are we talking about? My friends, if you want to be married, go ahead, be my guest. I won't stop you. I just want you to know what you're getting into that people won't tell you, because it's not classy. It's not polite. It's not elegant to talk about things in this manner or in this context. Well, I don't give a damn about all that. I give a damn about being right and correct. I don't care what anybody says when it comes to things. I don't care about their emotional ass argument. If we want to have a logical discussion, that is totally fine. You're more than welcome. Head on over to my ex at Get Sheared. My DMs are wide open. You're more than welcome to debate me in good faith. I will treat you with respect. I will not insult you. I will not demean you. But just don't come over to my channel. Don't come over to my platform and have my page and have the nerve to insult me and say some dumbass shit. I won't entertain it. If you want to come over and have a good discussion in good faith where we have an exchange of ideas, I'm here for it. I think that is how we can make the world a better place. But I don't want to hear these emotional arguments of not you, not your girl. I don't want to hear none of that crap. I hear it enough. I don't need to hear that garbage. Because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, as far as I'm concerned. But go ahead, do whatever you want and get back to me in 10 years. Because most marriages don't get past 7, by the way, in case you wanted to know. My friends, I hope I provoked some thought in you. As I said before, if you disagree, even if you agree, you're more welcome. Head on over to my X page at Get Sheared, and you can hit me up in the DMs if that is what you want to do. My friends, God bless you. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and please, I beg you, question everything that comes your way. Otherwise, you're liable to get played, deceived, and extorted. Let's start this year off right. We're in the beginning stages. Let's not fumble it early. I'm out. Peace.